Their aura is unequal.
Well, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Or whatever. And make it a little more raspy, and I follow directions.
Their contents are legendary.
Like that little sheet you see is his concept drawing.
Their attitude is embraced. Tune in to one of the most up and rising kaiju-sized groups within our community. So go ahead and watch all of their creative content, including that of the Raw Attitude live interview, where they have special guests ranging from actors, directors, toy creators, artists, and many, many more. You can also find them on multiple of other social media platforms, ranging from Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook. You could even sit back and watch your favorite classic monster movie and even watch us go through one of the most iconic games on Twitch. Featuring your hosts, Eric Stowe, Adrian Settle, Joe Myers, Samson West, Jordan Adorno. They are the Monsters with Attitude.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episodic episode of Let's Talk Raw, presented by Monsters with Attitude. I am your host for tonight. Let's get our names up here, shall we? So we know who the hell we are. There we go.
There we go.
Because apparently
that is
we don't know who the
Adrian,
hell
that's
we are.
Samson, and that's Jordan over there somewhere.
Yep.
But yeah, like you said, Jordan, it's not like if you tune into our channel, you know exactly who we are. But you just never know. We might just have a new face pop in here every so often. Right. So, and we welcome everybody. So
that's right.
Yeah, we are here for another episode of Let's Talk Raw, where we just kind of talk about any kind of news or events or anything that just kind of is on our mind, and something that happened this week and stuff. And I think there's a few things here and there, but it was kind of a slower week, I'd say, overall. Mm-hmm. But we got a few things that I think some of us want to talk about. And so who wants to go first? Who wants to start this baby off?
I just want to bring up Nathaniel's comment.
Absolutely. Nathaniel on cue, like always. God. Merry Christmas to you, buddy, and King Kong. All the love for you. Also, another loyal supporter.
Yes.
Fanciest of cats, always here. He is the Samson West simp through and through. So,
simp or welcome. Eric. Simp or stand.
And if anybody else is here, leave a comment so we know you're here and join in on the conversation and let your thoughts be heard. But yeah, who wants to go first?
Go first. Question is what I want to talk about first. I guess this just got announced. I'll go over this first.
All right, yeah. Let's go with that one. We were just kind of talking about here in the back.
So Cavity Colors is on it again. We got pretty awesome 70th anniversary set for Godzilla for his anniversary, and now Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 50th anniversary is being celebrated by Cavity Colors. Is this a teaser of what we're going to be getting from them right now? And judging by this, it looks like I'm going to be buying quite a few of these shirts. And because Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla is one of my favorite Godzilla movies, honestly. So I'm going to probably throw them out on everything they put out for this. I'm actually super excited that this got announced not even an hour ago. What's y'all guys' thoughts on it so far?
So I will say, Adrian, I think every movie is your favorite. So we love you for that. We really do. I swear to God, you're just like Michael Hamilton, where your favorites change all the time, and I can't keep track all the time.
It's in my top 10.
I don't know what to buy you for Christmas if you keep
10.
liking everything.
It's in my top 10. I'll say that. It's in my top 10.
But no, this is great. But at the same time, it's not, because we've already had one. We've already had a release of Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. We've already done that, because when they were going through the Showa movies and stuff like that, this was one of them that has already come out. So I'm a little biased, but where's my Terror Mechagodzilla? Where's the better Mechagodzilla film out of the two here?
Where the fuck is this?
Hey, maybe this time, this is the time that King Caesar finally gets the spotlight. If I'm not wrong, and I think I remember Cavity Colors saying something about that they were going to focus a little bit more on King Caesar this time through than the original release. So maybe we'll get a little bit more for King Caesar. It would make sense. It's kind of like when we got the Godzilla versus Megalon. They didn't focus on Megalon at all. It was Jaguar that got a lot of the limelight and everything. So maybe they'll do that when they maybe do that one for its 50th and stuff like that, or 60th or whatever they want to do and stuff. So I'm excited, but I mean, I want where's Terror? Where's Terror Mechagodzilla?
Yeah. Next year, Eric.
I know. Next year, you're not going to hear me. I'm not going to shut up about it, because that is my year. That is my film. Everybody knows that. That's my kaijus. I mean, Godzilla incarnations, everything about that film, it is my favorite. So, like, I will not shut up about that all year round next year. So, be ready.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least you're granted a pretty damn cool anniversary, whereas my guy did not give no fucking love. It's complete and utter bullshit. Like,
We got a re-release of the 25 centimeter figure.
No, I mean, this is my also coming from somebody that if I didn't own the original King Caesar, then I would have been gunning for that, and I would have been so happy that they re-released it. But no, abso-fucking-lutely not. Listen, all I'm saying is, if I was behind the tables of Toho, it would be all King Caesar year. Fuck Mechagodzilla. Fuck Space Godzilla. It would have been the year of Caesar. Fuck King Ghidorah. And I love me some King Ghidorah. And this is the King Caesar. No,
Dude,
but
I feel your pain. I didn't get shit for Gigan's anniversary.
Oh my God. You had
you got a reissue. What are you talking about?
You had a much more successful year celebrating Gigan than I did with fucking King Caesar.
And you got a Monster Arts Gigan too.
That's true.
Oh,
and we got the awesome short and the figure from the short, and
an exclusive figure that you received a note from.
Exclusive.
It's not exclusive anymore.
No, but
sure ain't.
In all honesty, I love Cavity Colors. I have a plethora of Cavity Colors in my cabinets, my closets. It's all over the place. So this is definitely exciting, and I just can't wait to see what will be shown in the future with this specific Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla wave. And I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, there's only one thing I'm looking forward to. It's a solo King Caesar shirt or something to where King Caesar is like the main focal point of the fucking shirt. But yeah, this is pretty cool.
Mechagodzilla was my introduction to the franchise, this movie specifically. So yeah, this is great. I'm excited. I don't have enough Godzilla merch representing. If I could stop growing, it'd be awesome. So yeah, I don't really have any Godzilla shirts right now. And with this being my introduction to the franchise, yeah, I'd love to see some stuff. I mean, I like this alone. I like the little light streak coming from his temple thing and his eyeball. Just the rockets being fired. The Godzilla looks nothing like 74, but it's still neat. Yeah, this should be neat. Should be interesting.
And honestly, we'll know tomorrow by 5 p.m. Eastern. So it's 4 p.m. my time.
When I get off work.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to go next?
Go down. You want to go next?
Yeah, sure. So it has been confirmed that Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire has been on the list of Oscar nominees for special effects.
Oh,
So
Really?
that it's a big deal, obviously, after minus one's ginormous success, something that nobody would have thought was going to
Obviously.
happen. It's, then seeing, this movie get its much love and praise from a lot of people, and also being an introduction to a lot of the newer Godzilla fans and stuff like that. It's pretty neat to see. I know that obviously we have our fair share of haters for the MonsterVerse and stuff like that, and we all feel the same way. There's no need for the hate, especially if it's just like living your life as a Godzilla fan. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how many years you have on me. That makes you a more superior Godzilla fan. To me, I've always said this, outside of it, we're not even outside. I'm gonna throw this shit and include it, including the horrendous Polygon trilogy, including 98. More Godzilla is good Godzilla, especially when this fandom was obviously being heavily slept on for so many years. So to see another possibility of another Godzilla movie possibly winning an Oscar is truly exciting. Now, for me personally, I'm not too much of a fan of Godzilla X Kong. I do enjoy it. It reminisces a lot of the Showa era, and obviously being a huge professional wrestling fan, this is literally the WWE of Godzilla movies. But again, it's just, regardless of my fair share of love and hate for this movie, it is, again, truly an honor and extremely exciting to see or to hear of these news. So let's wait to see what happens whenever we have the Oscars to come out.
I'm actually curious to know who they're going up against.
Yes, me too.
Same.
Me too.
Because I mean, let's be honest. Like, comparing that movie to minus one, it's at a disadvantage. Obviously, minus one was at a super disadvantage, and that's kind of why I think it was revered and kind of like everybody was like in shock and awe because of what they were able to do and how it looked, honestly. Now, obviously, with Hollywood, they have more money to do that kind of stuff. Now, granted, this film was had the smallest budget out of all of the legendary films. So that's a big thing to think about too, is that all these movies have these huge budgets, but this one is the smallest, and it has grossed the most out of all of the legendary films. Now, maybe there's a saying, less is best, and stuff like that, and maybe that's kind of a trend going forward, but I am curious to see who they're going up against. I know this was kind of just kind of announced on Instagram. I think Jordan, you saw it the same person that I saw it from on everything. I was kind of trying to look into it more. I didn't find any more info on it and everything, so I'm going to look for that. But I am curious to see who else is in the running and what movies could potentially knock them out and everything. Like, I mean, could you imagine that we get another Godzilla film that wins another Oscar back-to-back years? Like, that would be absolutely insane.
Yes.
And then realistically, nobody could ever bad talk the MonsterVerse in any way.
I was just going to say,
they would have to have they have that trophy that means the most for all movies that says, hey, they recognize them as being the best of the best. Shut your damn mouths. So.
That's another thing I was going to mention, that you brought up a good point. Who are going to be the contenders going up against GXK?
I found the finalists.
Okay.
Please share.
Yes.
So, Alien Romulus.
Oh,
I was about to say that. I was honestly going to say that would be probably a good competitor.
I've heard good things about that.
Beetlejuice.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Neither did I. Better Man. I don't know fuck that is either.
Who?
That one is either.
Better Man.
I know.
Better Man.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think it's like a video game simulator type of movie. I don't fucking remember. I could be wrong.
Oh,
Better
I
Man.
remember,
Oh,
but
that's
I
the
haven't
one.
seen it.
Okay, that's the one where I don't know why, but it's he's like an up and coming musical icon, and he's a monkey. He's an ape instead. Like
Yes. That's what it is. Yep. Okay.
Okay. Civil War.
I didn't see it. Believe me, I didn't see it.
What was it?
Oh,
Civil War.
Civil War.
Oh,
That's the
okay,
A24
okay.
film.
Yeah.
Kirsten
Deadpool
Dunst.
and Wolverine.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight about that
Mm. All right.
Dune Part 2. I'm not a Dune fan, so whatever.
I didn't see any of them.
The new Mad Max movie that came out, Furiosa. Oh, I did say it right. Awesome sauce. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Ghostbusters Frozen. Okay.
Gladiator 2.
I've heard good things about that too.
Mm.
Wasn't that
Here, whatever here is, I've never heard of here, so
here? Like listen
Yeah, here,
or
like
over here?
Here, like here.
Like here.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Haven't seen that one yet either.
Oh, I forgot
Oh,
that came out
no.
2024.
Oh yeah.
Oh
That was like the
no.
beginning of the year this year, right? I think when that came
It
out.
was.
Mm-mm.
It was pretty early though when it came out this year.
No, it was.
I think it was like
No.
April or something.
It was like
I
late
thought
spring,
it was like
early
July.
summer.
I thought it was July.
Yeah,
All right, hang on. Kingdom of
I personally don't think that movie has a shot against GXK.
Mm.
I listen compared
May.
to the
May 10th.
trilogy
May.
that we had prior, and obviously, with all
Rise,
the other
Dawn, War.
yes,
Yeah.
comparing it to those three, there personally, it for me is a huge setback from the previous movies that we had. Since they're all still tied into the trilogy, it's a huge setback in my opinion.
Now you're saying based on the visual effects and the visual look of
No. Well, I mean, I guess that is the main thing. Is who's
that is
winning
the main
spe-
thing.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
special effects.
Yeah.
And then Mufasa, the Lion King.
What?
It hasn't
even
come out
yet?
No, it
No.
hasn't. It's Christmas, I think. Or
Nah,
Oh
week
my
of
god, that's a
or some shit.
Christmas
Listen.
movie.
Fuck
Mhm.
Disney. I'm telling you right now, that's gonna win.
A Quiet
Oscars
Place
are-
Day One.
Okay.
I haven't seen that yet. I still need to watch the Quiet Place. But that's
it
not here or
was-
there.
It's not. It doesn't compare at all to the first two.
Spaceman, Netflix movie.
Oh yeah, that's the one with Adam Sandler.
Is it?
Isn't that the one with Adam Sandler and the giant spider?
I think so. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I want to. Let's see.
Twisters. I still need to watch Twisters. I
Oh,
heard it was
don't even
decent.
get me started on that
Twisters.
trailer park trash crap.
That's just an excuse for fucking Southern chicks to get their rocks off.
And the last movie is Wicked.
Oh,
Ah.
oh, it's done. It's
Yeah, we
I
lost.
mean, throw in the towel right now, people. We're done. We're done.
Yeah,
That's a wrap.
unfortunately. I fucking
Hey, he don't have a star, does he? He still doesn't have a star. Just saying.
Nah,
True
but
that.
I was gonna say as soon as you mentioned Mufasa, that to me alone was already a dead giveaway that it was gonna go to that. I don't know. Every time I see the Oscars nominating a specific topic, and it just what happens to be anything of that, like Digimon. I'm still stuck
Disney.
on fucking
you're
Digimon.
still stuck. It's been this whole.
I
damn
wish it was
day.
like this, but anything
24
that
hours
was
of
stuck to Disney, it's just like out of all bias, like they're just going to give everything up to fucking Disney, and that's another reason why I didn't really grow up with the Oscars, if not that, especially within recent years. And seeing that even with -1 being pinned up with Guardians and that
Oppenheimer.
Yes, that was a movie, believe it or not, that I still have yet to watch.
Same. I haven't watched it yet either.
Everybody's told
I haven't.
me.
Which one?
I'm talking about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh,
Three? You haven't.
No, so look at that.
I need to watch it too.
Prime.
Trash.
Oh,
Fuck you
okay,
guys.
okay.
It's
No,
trash.
it wasn't.
I'm not
No, it was.
lying.
No,
It's trash.
No, it was not.
So with that
What?
being said, because I listen, that is the first time, Eric, you're the first person I've heard had something to say negative about it. I've heard nothing but positive things. I've even heard comments as this is the best Marvel movie within the MCU. And I'm like,
get the hell out of here.
Jesus. I'm like, holy shit. So, and again, like I don't want to say I was a active MCU fan, but I would go ahead and watch, anything that was MCU that came out, especially, prior to Endgame and stuff like that. But yeah, when I saw that was another nominee, I was like, oh, fuck. Well, it was fun while it lasted, -1. And then all I hear is Godzilla, -1. I was like, no, the Terminator said Godzilla in national television. But listen, anything could happen.
Yeah,
but
true.
yeah, but with its contenders, it's obviously this is a much more larger. It's gonna be a tough one. So let's see what happens. Anything could happen. Nobody thought Godzilla was ever going to win an Oscar, and especially again with being paired with those movies. And then look what happened.
Well, honestly, the ones that it paired up against, they weren't the strongest. One of them was a Mission Impossible film. I was like, okay, there's 1,000 action movies. Are you kidding me? Yeah, no. One was what was the one with the cybernetic, the robot, the Hulu movie, with AI. There was like a child and he was a robot.
Oh, that was Gareth Edwards' film.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of it, but I actually thought that one was actually going to win.
I saw it and I was like, oh crap, because I was that would have been a competitor for sure.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. What's the name of the movie?
I'm drawing a blank. Maybe chat knows. But the other one, it was a Napoleon movie or something like that. Like
Napoleon. I heard Napoleon was really good.
It was this Napoleon.
Yeah.
I think okay. And then Guardians 3 and
Oppenheimer.
Well, wait. For visual for special effects, I thought that was the one category Oppenheimer didn't have.
No, I'm pretty sure it was enough for special effects.
No, I don't think.
Either way,
I don't recall seeing Oppenheimer under
the creator.
Creator, yes, I just looked.
He was a creator.
Yep. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Wander.
Thank you. Yeah, but it was kind of a weaker list against -1. The creator was a good contender, or competitor. But with everything that you just listed, Adrian, I mean, God, Disney, a musical, everybody fucking Wicked, everybody loves musicals and crap.
And
Deadpool Wolverine, I mean,
that's another one. Oh my God.
There was a lot going on in that. It's another superhero movie, so it's like,
yeah, but that wasn't like visually like
in comparison to other,
it wasn't visually mind-blowing.
Yeah, that's a fan film for sure, and we all love it.
Oh hell yeah, that was made
visually. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, that's crazy, because it's not like they did a lot with the background.
They had CGI, but it was more.
They did, but it wasn't in comparison to some of these other ones.
It wasn't in-game level. So
yeah,
true. But yeah, I think we're already gonna lose.
Yeah, unfortunately, with Mufasa and especially Wicked, Wicked
God.
I think is going to take. I think Wicked is going to wipe the slate clean with all the Oscars. Honestly, with the reviews that they're getting, with just tremendous applause from the audience. Honestly, I mean, people are singing in the theaters with the movie, for God's sakes.
Oh my God! If somebody gets up and sings, I'm
that
gonna
caught
pop
on and everything, and it's a big deal. So I could see them just wiping the floor with everybody this year in the award season. Honestly. So
fucking Ariana Grande.
She looks atrocious now. She is. I'm concerned for her.
I've seen many posts that are like, "Is she okay?"
I was like, she needs to put on some more weight.
Yes. So there is.
Leslie,
I just saw that. I just saw that too.
So there's this fan theory about the whole Oz franchise, going back to even the first movie, to where every individual that, in a sense, yes. So like the Tin Man and the Scarecrow, even the Witch, they all died capturing an illness that was from the makeup applied to them, some type shit.
Oh, because it had asbestos in it.
So fast forward through that, I guess a bunch of other crazy shit. Mind you, I would not know anything about this shit. All right, I'm not a fan of the Oz series. I've never gotten into it. I found out about it through TikTok, and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here! This is bullshit." And then they show fucking Ariana Grande, and God, please forgive me for the other actress who's I guess the main focal point of this movie, where they show like before production, after production. I'm like, holy shit! They're slowly dying, and they don't even know this shit. Like, it looks. Listen, again, I might have to link them to come over here and have my mom feed them or some shit, because it is crazy. But again, you know, not that I believe it or anything like that, but it's just, I found it to be very ironic. But yeah, that movie, oh my goodness, that is the one movie since me and Michelle have been together where she's like literally pulling me to take her to go see. I'm like, you can go watch it with my mother. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not going to watch it, but she's like so adamant to try to go watch it. And I'm like, by all means, go right ahead. But yeah, from everywhere I go on TikTok, my feed is surrounded from with three properties: wrestling, anime, Godzilla. It has been an ocean of fucking feeds with fucking wicked. I'm like, Jesus,
it's popping
Christ.
Up everywhere. It really is. It's Godzilla's not. It's unfortunate, but Godzilla's probably not.
It was fun while it lasted, I guess.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you know what? Honestly, if we're even in the final 6 or so or 7, whatever they get down to, I mean, even that would be an achievement, honestly. Like, then we're, you know, considered one of the finalists. You know, obviously we probably won't win, but
a nominee.
You know, it's to tip our hat a little bit, you know, for our franchise and everything. And, you know, so yeah, exactly. Yeah, Samson, you're perfect. It's a nominee. It was nominated. That still means something. Yeah, they might not all win, but they still recognize.
They acknowledged it. Yep.
Exactly, that they are or were very close to actually winning it. Just they didn't have that extra little oomph to get it. So
yeah, like when you see trailers for other films and they're like Academy Award nominee. I mean, they put that in the title for whoever the
absolutely
director of Academy Award nominee Godzilla versus Kong. I mean, it is important. Everybody likes to see the word winner instead of nominee, but still
can be choosers.
And another thing to add to GXK and it being nominated for another, what could possibly be another Oscar. This is the only Godzilla movie that I've seen of today's generation where so many people touch the topic of the movie, specifically, you know, content creators from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, people that don't even make Godzilla content, let alone know a single damn thing about Godzilla, and they acknowledge the movie. Like Eric, yesterday when you showed us the the rubber suit Godzilla figure from Playmates. That alone is a whole separate fucking trend that was going on for the longest that I can remember. So again, it's a good nod off to GXK being nominated, or just another kaiju movie to be nominated for an Oscar. Again, it's cool. But hey, one less trophy for the monkey. I'll support that, I guess.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah. We here at MWA support the health and well-being of people. So please get your vitamins and your nutrients and stay strong. Honestly.
Oh yeah,
but
we all definitely represent health up in this bitch.
We will move on here and stay on topic, not going off on a tangent too much. I have kind of a big topic that I kind of want to talk about. I don't think it's been talked about enough, honestly, as to how big it really is, and not even to like the kaiju genre, but as a anime conglomerate as well as a whole. This could be revolutionary, honestly, for the anime community and how popular it is throughout the world. Honestly, I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. I think it's this one.
Leslie, I agree with your comment. Whoa.
This was announced, I think, early this week, maybe last weekend, that actually the sale of Kadokawa, the company that is Kadokawa, is possibly up for buying. And Sony has put their name into wanting to acquire Kadokawa. Now, us as the kaiju community, we know Kadokawa is well known for a certain turtle. Okay. So, because Kadokawa is the one who actually absorbed or bought Dai, and Dai is the one who made Gamera. So, Gamera is under Kadokawa, which means if Sony does buy Kadokawa, what does that mean for Gamera? Like, this could be something huge?
Absolutely.
Where maybe like they'll have more of a backing with money wise to try out things, or maybe it doesn't get touched at all, honestly, because they don't want to go that route. But what I've read so far is that Sony is very interested in getting the anime rights and the manga rights from Kadokawa because they're very big and they're one of the leaders in anime and manga, and they want to absorb that portion for sure. But I don't know if Kadokawa wants to only give off portions or if they want to make sure it is a all or nothing kind of deal, which would also include, honestly, their gaming division, which is also another thing that is super huge because they have several companies that are under Kadokawa that have made amazing games that have franchises that have been around for a long time. One including is actually Elden Ring is under one of the companies who made that. And that's just one of them that I know of. That's like probably the biggest one, especially within the last couple of years, that is probably the top, one that you could probably think of from them. But the list goes on and on, honestly. But what do you guys, I want to know, what do you guys think this could mean? Do you think that they could maybe do something with Gamera? Is this a good thing if they acquire Kadokawa? Like, what do you guys think this could mean for, the Guardian of the Universe? Maybe a reboot? Maybe they try something with them? Maybe they continue the anime series because they are very focused on getting the anime division from Kadokawa. Now, if they get the whole thing, obviously that'll come with it. But, what do you guys think this means for Gamera as a whole?
Well, to start off with that question, I just want to let Leslie know Alan knows my hate for Kong, but I still love him. He still loves me. But no, I can't see why they won't touch that topic of bringing Gamera to the States, possibly, or I guess to the public eye, especially with this new wave that Godzilla -1, even GXK had helped, us fans with just the recognition we deserved with the giant monster genre. We've said this for the longest, praising these movies, whether if it be that of -1 or any of the other MonsterVerse movies. This is the era of giant monsters. Superhero movies are the talk of yesteryear. A new king came in and took that title of the wacky tobacco fun action-packed science fiction genre, in that again of a giant monster, in that of Godzilla. Yeah, sure, you had Kong in there or whatever, but regardless, it is something that I've seen a lot of people touch base on. For instance, Kaiju number 8. I mean, yeah, sure, that manga came out years prior to it finally having an anime adaptation, but it did so good. One, it's receiving a movie, and two, it is an anime that everybody is talking about. And I don't think that would have ever came to light if it wasn't for the success that we've been given already with the giant monster genre. So it'd be kind of a missed opportunity for Sony to not even touch bases on that, or if that was never something that even came to their mind, because Gamera has so much capability, and thank you, Boo. And we all listen. Same thing for Godzilla. We said for Gamera, like we want more Gamera. You have the fan base there that will back it up and support it. And shit, introducing it to a newer audience would even be more amazing, especially for that name alone. So, yeah, listen, I'm all for this. I did not even know about this at all, and I love Kadokawa. So, yeah, I can't wait to see what the future holds if they do proceed on with this.
Yeah.
As a Gamera noob, I can, in all honesty, say this is exciting because I enjoyed the hell out of Gamera Rebirth. I thought that was a lot of fun. Me not knowing much about the Showa era in particular, I know the monsters. I just haven't seen all the movies. It was neat to have them revamp those old kaiju and for more modern day anime. So I definitely want to see a continuation of it because it was left open. The end of the anime was left open. I want to see it keep going. Not sure exactly where they'll go, what direction they'll go with. If they'll bring the trilogy monsters back to life, maybe.
Oh my god!
Because they pretty much they utilized the entire Showa era for the first season. So like, what can they do? But no, as Eric touched on for a second, games like video games. Being a big gamer that I am, Sony has their hands in video games for sure. With like Spider-Man, that's very big with the PlayStation. So maybe some Gamera game love, since there isn't any. But it's exciting to see them maybe hopefully bring this intellectual property back to life in the States for sure. This is coming from the Gamera noob.
Or even at that, like speaking of video game, and another game that a lot of us kaiju fans have been hyped over for the longest since it originally came out, Gigabash. All the DLC that they've been releasing with, we just recently came across the Ultraman Rising DLC. Prior to that, we had another DLC introducing new monsters specifically towards that of Gigabash. It wouldn't surprise me if this is something that they move forward with, that Gigabash would just go ahead and just try to get the licensing for Gamera to have him included as the DLC. So, yeah, I mean, the future I can only imagine what the future holds for Gamera. So, again, just crossing my fingers for that.
Oh, Gamera. Like y'all said, it would be amazing if Sony was to be able to get Kadokawa and actually do something with the Gamera property. I would like to see a season 2 of Gamera Rebirth, because as we had our anime discussion of all the anime kaiju shows we got, we all said Gamera is definitely the best out of all of them. There's definitely a lot of potential there with Gamera. And there's actually so much more we can see from Gamera, so many monsters they can bring back for Gamera to fight against. And Lord knows that people have been hollering for the longest time for Gamera versus Godzilla. Granted, I don't ever see it happen, but I know that everybody would lose their shit if they did make that happen.
Well, the problem with that is if Sony owns it, I don't know if they could partner with Legendary to do that. Those are two very different big companies. So
again, it's not realistic.
That's one of the issues there.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's not
why
realistic, but it's a pipe dream.
Yeah, and that's why I brought up, like, because the closest thing we could get to that is if obviously Gigabash goes ahead and reaches out to them to try to get the rights to Gamera. I mean, yeah, sure, it's not something that maybe a lot of us would have want, but I mean, look at Godzilla. Yeah, look at Godzilla Battle Line.
Battle Line, yep.
We just recently went through our second update featuring Gamera, specifically the Showa Gamera alongside Gauss. So the way how Gamera is looking as of right now in terms of sharing the same properties with Godzilla, it's not something that would surprise me that will eventually happen later on. Shit, I remember it's like maybe a little over a year ago. I called a buddy of mine talking to him about how oh my goodness, what streaming site? Pluto TV, the Godzilla channel.
Oh, yeah.
They were showcasing Gamera movies. So I'm over here overthinking and overanalyzing everything. And I'm like, Gamera in the Godzilla channel? What does this mean? So I fucking call my fucking buddy up. And I'm like, bro, you're not going to believe what they have right now on the Godzilla channel. He says, what? I said, they got fucking Gamera versus Gauss. He says, no fucking way. I said, yeah. I said, what the fuck does this mean? He says, Jordan, calm your tits. Nothing's going to happen. It's just probably giant monster on giant monsters. So they probably looked at it the same and threw it in the fucking channel. I'm like, but out of all of the giant monsters we have in our community, Gamera? There's no King Kong in this shit, but they throw Gamera? Nah, bro, I'm not tweaking. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So maybe if that was the start of this whole Godzilla and Gamera, collaborating shit, then I would just like to say to my boy Malik, if you're watching this, fuck you. I was right. I knew what I was talking about.
Well, sorry, I interrupted your tangent there, but go ahead.
No, listen, and then the main thing I want out of this is a new Gamera film. I think that's all what we all want. We want to see Gamera on the big screen again, especially during this kaiju boom that we're having right now. Can you imagine how many new fans we can get with Gamera, especially from how different Gamera actually is from Godzilla? It would be outstanding, honestly, to see Gamera blow up and have him be side by side with Godzilla. Never better than Godzilla. Fuck that shit. But side by side with Godzilla in this kaiju boom. That'd be awesome.
Me and Eric kind of touched on that not too long ago during one of my Twitch streams. There was that trailer that we got years back.
Oh my god!
Yeah, for that
2006.
Another 20.
Dick
wait,
that wasn't
it 2016? Wasn't that when it came out?
I think it was.
I forgot. So long ago now.
I was about to say 2006. No, that's Gamera the Brave.
Yeah,
there was that trailer, and it was like, oh, cool, another live action Gamera film. It never came to fruition. Nothing came from that. It just kind of died.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the largest dick tease ever for kaiju fans. Oh my god. I remember like it was yesterday. Hyped everybody in my entire household for that movie. Only to find out April Fools, I was livid.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that Gamera has a big enough following or a big enough name where it would bring more people to the fandom?
Not really. It is nowhere near as big as Godzilla. That's universally known. Gamera is even technically a Godzilla ripoff. It's just another radioactive something that breathes fire. It's just a turtle instead of a lizard. So that's why Godzilla is mentioned across all platforms since he came out. I mean, he's referenced in pop culture constantly, but Gamera, not so much.
Yeah, Gamera's a lot more niche.
he's a cult classic. He has a cult following, technically.
Yeah.
And even in the kaiju community, he has more of a cult following.
I have hope for Gamera. I mean, it's just history repeats itself. We obviously last night we had a whole binge of pure nostalgia revisiting the Digimon property. And I mean, I think we could all agree, at least us four are more preferably towards that of Digimon than Pokemon, right? But what does Digimon, what is it that people always say about Digimon? That ride Pokemon's freaking dick. It is a ripoff of Pokemon. What do people say about, at least for you? You're right. You're right, Nate. I ain't gonna lie. That's not the first time somebody said that to me. Let me try to think. Yeah, I would even throw that in there. Same thing like I mentioned earlier on. King Kong came out before Godzilla, so technically King Kong is better than Godzilla. He's the original giant monster. Yes, but between the two, preferably us four again, we are much more of a Godzilla fan than we are of Kong. And look at what Godzilla has given us, obviously, throughout that. It's given us characters such as Ultraman, Gamera. There's a bunch of, famous characters, fictional characters that were inspired through Godzilla that tend to have a huge following. You know what I'm saying? You could even throw in Dragon Ball with the whole beam clashing stuff. Some even said that the original beam clash was from Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla in 1974. So this is, I have hope, especially again with this new wave of newly found giant monster fans. I don't see why they wouldn't hop on board with this just because it's a character that they don't know. Same thing could be said for, again, Kaiju number 8. And that is a whole nother fandom in and of itself, anime. So if this is done well and they do the right things to help promote this and push this forward, I can see the Gamera reach heights that we didn't even think would have ever been possible. So I have hope for Gamera.
What do you guys think they need to do to start off? Like, say, if Sony does acquire Kadokawa and then they want to release something or start up the Gamera franchise again and kind of make a staple on everybody and stuff like that, what do they need to do right off the bat, right out of the gate? What do they need to do to establish this character as appealing for everybody to want to see more of it and stuff like that? What do they have to do for fans or just casual fans to really get them invested in the character?
Another live action film. We haven't seen it since 2006.
So is the anime not enough? Was the anime just not what you wanted?
I mean, I loved it. I mentioned that a second ago, that it was that's really what kind of opened my eyes a little bit more and got me wanting to watch the stuff. That's like, we recently watched the trilogy again through our Twitch channel, and that was fun. The anime was great, but we do have that want for live action. Everybody loves live action, so it's a full-length film needs to happen again, especially since, again, with the cock tease of the 2016 trailer that was never acted upon.
I agree, Samson. I was just gonna say that Samson took the words right out of my mouth. And it is to not discredit the anime. I love the anime.
Oh no, not at all.
It was a fun watch. It was literally a trip down memory lane, featuring new things that obviously we saw in the anime and stuff like that. So I would love for them to do a feature-length film, all obviously done in a more realistic tone, if not realistic tone, but yeah, like live action. Especially since that's what, I feel like a lot of people go based on nowadays is, the movie of the year, the movie of summer 2028, or, whatever the case is and stuff like that. That is the talk about all across the world, and with that would lead to doors that people would want to see later on. Like, despite us having Godzilla animes already, how many in here have, before we even received news of the first Godzilla anime, how many in here have been hoping and praising for a Godzilla anime? I know I was one of them. And the fact that obviously, it's not the best Godzilla animes that we, initially thought we weren't going to get, but it still leaves that door open. There's been so many other things that we've asked for within our community, and even outside of the kaiju community and the anime community, superhero community, video game community. And, for years, as a diehard fan of Mario or Super Mario, that whole entire brand, I've always said, Super Mario Bros. That alone is a big enough property that deserves, it just shocks me that there's not a Nintendo theme park. Later on down the road, we get Universal Studios Super Mario World. And then they're going to expand it with Donkey Kong Country. I can only imagine what else is going through the minds of that of Nintendo Universal to try to branch out to more Nintendo properties being thrown in there. I've said it for years, and that now that we're finally getting it, it's just like, holy shit, anything could happen. So I am hoping, just like Samson, I mean, I probably speak on behalf of you two as well, Adrian and Eric, would want another live action Gamera movie.
So to kind of piggyback off of what you said, Jordan, I do agree. If you definitely do want a live action movie. And to answer Eric's question, I mean, with the anime, as much as we love and praise it, it didn't get enough outside eyes into Gamera. Gamera still isn't talked about the way we thought he should be, even with an outstanding anime. This wasn't a lot of people that watched it. We thought it was successful, but we don't know the numbers from Netflix and how well it actually did in that aspect either.
Bullshit.
God. So with that being I'm sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead,
Adrian.
I was just saying, with that being said, since we didn't get the outside eyes that we were hoping for, all the Gamera fans, we all tuned in for that. But again, since we don't know what Netflix numbers are, we don't know how successful it was outside of the kaiju genre. So I think for people to actually be able to see and appreciate Gamera, we need to bring them in the limelight on the big screen for that to work as effectively as we want to.
Movies are what makes things more. I mean, it's more eye opening than TV shows. They always are, whether it be international or not. It's a lot more. I mean, even if it's just a Japanese film, but the fact that Sony's interested, that's big. I mean, that's big. That's something that that'd be awesome.
Honestly, a live action TV show that actually might do the trick too, because Ultraman is the exception to that rule. You gotta know how big Ultraman was when that came out.
I get it, but I think what Ultraman has, there's a lot of things, at least for Gamera's sake, that they just, I don't think they'll be able to touch base on ever again. Like, Ultraman is still in the form of tokusatsu. I've always said this. If Power Rangers was just as big here in the States, I didn't see why they just stopped showcasing it here for American audiences. Ultraman, the last thing before, the YouTube channel that we got, commemorating, dubbed episodes on a weekly basis of Ultraman, the last thing we had with Ultraman was Tiga. And that gets slammed on the dubbing for that from freaking Fox. Was it Fox Kids or 4Kids?
It was Fox or 4Kids, basically.
Yeah. And that got slammed on. And not only that, but it's just like, it has a specific formula that makes Ultraman what Ultraman is. I'm not saying Gamera can't do that, but being that it's something completely different outside of the Ultraman lore, I don't see that they could do that. But I mean, bro, at this point, I didn't think we were going to get a live action Godzilla show.
my point exactly.
You know, so
I
it's
kind of
just
went
like,
that direction also.
yeah.
Hmm.
Leslie, Michelle's lying to you.
Eric, yeah, I want to hear what you
I-
have to say. I can feel it stewing in the back of your head.
I see what your guy's saying, but
Oh, there it is.
You can't. I don't think the reaction or the response would be or needs to be a live action movie, because he's been buried for so long that people don't give a crap about him anymore. Obviously the anime was the first step into trying to make Gamera relevant again, and what better way to put him in an anime? Now, granted, they could have spent more money or hired a better animation company to
Oh my
make that
God! Yes, they could have.
anime so much better, and maybe it would have gotten a different response. Because let's face it, look at the animes that have good responses. It's because they either have a good story, or they're action packed, or they look really, really good.
Yeah.
If you don't have multiple of those, people just don't like it, or they don't tune in, or they're just like, hey, this, I can't take it because it visually just looks terrible.
It's choppy.
Yeah, and it's blocky and everything like that, and it's not smooth and everything. So
the frame rate was messed up.
Yeah, so I think if they were to redo the anime, which I think they should update the graphics, update the way it looks and everything, and
like the Digimon movie.
and redo it as like a season 2, but just update everything. And I think they should go that route. Like, the anime industry right now is booming. It is one of the most popular things in the world right now, in every single country. It's more popular than movies. Now, movies are more of a Western thing. And it goes to other countries and stuff like that, because they release them in other countries. But let's be honest, motion pictures are a Western thing.
Yeah,
it's not as big in other countries as it is in the U.S. In the Asian market, it is anime, dude. Anime is king, and it's literally all it's doing. It's the wave is moving over here to the West, and it's taking over. And because more people are getting into it, more people are talking about it, they're promoting it, they're cosplaying for it, everything you could think of. It's just a big snowball effect and everything. So why wouldn't you want to get into that market and put something out there that's really gaining a lot of steam to put out there for the people that could just jump right in and say, hey, it's anime. Hey, let's check this one out. Hey, it's kaiju. Oh, kaiju's a big thing right now. Let's check this out. You know, and I mean, Jordan, you brought it up with kaiju number 8. It is a really, really good anime, and we only got like 8 to 10 episodes, but it looks great. The story is awesome, and the action is good. People are talking about it because it meets all 3 of those criteria. The Gamera anime series did not meet all 3 of those criteria. So I think, honestly, they should go another route of an anime, or they need to start doing what the Western companies are doing with Ultraman, is where they're sprinkling them in to different IPs and franchises and stuff like that, to get the notoriety up, to get the fandom up and everything, to make sure people know about this character and that they actually give a crap about it if they want to do other things. Because, I mean, yeah, it's popular over in Japan and everything, and we love it and stuff like that, and we love tokusatsu. But that's not our thing over here. It'll never be our thing over here. It never will be. It'll never be a thing. But with them, you know, tagging up Ultraman with the Avengers and
oh my god,
them bringing them into Gigabash and everything and stuff like that, or you know, into video games, into just other IPs and stuff like that that people care about, that are big here in the Western, is a smarter, I think, play that they need to do. And I think Sony would do that if they did get that, if they really wanted to explore the Gamera kind of franchise side of it. Which, I mean, why wouldn't you, if you did get that, why wouldn't you want to do that when the kaiju boom is up and rising right now? You'd want to kind of jump in there and get a piece of that, honestly, and maybe, who knows, it would take off from there. But the thing with the Ultraman thing and why it's so successful, because I mean, come on, it's been going since '66.
Yes.
I mean, it's been going almost as long as Godzilla, for God's sakes. And they haven't changed a lot, but it's the #1 programming over there in Japan, in the Asian markets and stuff like that, because and they just love it. It's their thing. It's what they have gone through. I mean, generations and generations have been watching it, and they're still watching it. And you know, their parents get into it, and their kids, grandkids, and so on and so on and so on. And it's just, you know, don't switch up something if it's not broken. Just keep going with it. And honestly, they do a good job because they have been evolving with how they put it out, how it looks. They've been getting better with visual effects and everything, even though it's still men in suit and stuff like that. They're meshing the two to put out good content. And now they're slowly introducing it to other countries, so it picks up even more steam and stuff. So I just think I don't think they should go straight up motion picture, even though we as fans want that and would love for that right away. I don't think it's the way to go, honestly. I think they need to slowly build it up and then give us what we really, really want. So just my take.
You mentioned the anime and how big it is now. I was gonna say, to add, you know, to throw in more comments about anime, the Thanksgiving Day parade was living proof of that. Luffy, Goku, and for Goku to receive a new balloon for the parade. It's anime's it's at its peak now here in the States than it's ever been in a long time, or if not that, in forever. You know, so it's, I mean, again, anything Gamera for me, I am jumping on the hype train for, and I will spread the word to as many people as I can possible. Like shit, when I was watching Gamera Rebirth when it came out, it just so happened to be that my little cousin came in, and that's, you guys know, for anybody in the chat that doesn't know, I call him, and I've always called him by this from at birth, my baby Godzilla. And he got little sticky fingers too. He would go in my collection and try to take his shit and bring it back home with him. So he came in and, you know, caught me watching a Gamera Rebirth. He already knows of Gamera, but he never knew that there was an anime. And so, and he's really not that big into anime neither, you know what I'm saying? His thing is more of like, I guess, wherever kids are into nowadays. But the one thing that I would always say that, you know, steered him into the, you know, direction of a cultured individual was being with me. And so he was talking about Godzilla before his kids in today's society were talking about Godzilla. So he hopped on the living room with me, and he was just glued to the TV. But again, that was something that I knew he grew up with. But I also noticed, you know, when you get older, you start to, you know, find out what your interests in life are. And I ain't gonna lie, I thought, you know, his time being a kaiju fan, well, was done and over, you know. But then when he saw Gamera, he saw that two saber-toothed tusked freaking flying turtle. He sat his ass down and was just mesmerized by what he was watching. So again, it could branch out to so many audiences out there. We just don't even know it yet. So let's just see what happens, I guess, for our beloved giant turtle.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, all we can do is just hope for the best, and hopefully they do grab the license and they do something with them, honestly. So I know there's been a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with like the Kadokawa company and stuff like that about the original owner and everything like that, where they had to force him to resign and stuff. And maybe that's, you know, some of the things. And then they really focused on the anime and the manga and the video game kind of aspect of the company. So, and maybe that's why we haven't seen Gamera as much as we have since it ended and stuff like that. And obviously we got the anime and stuff, but Yeah, we'll see. I mean, anything from Gamera would be really nice. I'm a big fan of him, and it would be nice to see something new. So,
before we go, there is one thing I want to mention. If we're all up for it.
Yeah, I got one more thing I want to show too, unless it's the thing that you show. But yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah. Oh, well, do mine first.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't think we talked about this last week, so you guys also have to remind me, because sometimes this stuff just kind of blends. I don't think we talked about this, but I want to make sure we do, because it's kind of a big deal, for my thing and everything like that, because I'm a fan and whatnot. But this was revealed this week, about a particular new line coming, or new figures in this line. That the new reaction figures were announced from Super 7, and my boy,
wow,
Adrian, I'll give you a little love. Adrian likes him too, but my boy, Titanosaurus is coming, and he's large and in charge,
and he's coming hard. Pause.
Wow.
Wow. So yeah, I was super excited to see this. I can't wait. I will be picking this up for sure. Usually I just do the glow in the darks, but obviously I always make an exception for Titanosaurus, and hopefully he gets a glow in the dark version. That would be amazing.
Oh my god!
I already ordered this guy actually from Super 7, so this is up for pre-order right now. You can grab Titanosaurus individually along with the other figures in this series. They have a translucent Godzilla that's green.
Oh my god!
It's 54. This is called Green Flare.
I was about to say, what does it say?
And then obviously Titanosaurus.
They couldn't have
called it Titanosaurus on Thursday. Can't wait.
And then Godzilla 84 Heat Ray version. He does have his atomic ray with him on this release. And then we have Mechagodzilla 75.
Look at them fingers.
And I got Mechagodzilla 2 just because, I mean, it's terror. So I mean,
yeah, of course.
I had to get him. So I'm just literally just waiting for 75 to come out. Then I'll have all three of them. So
really quick, I think 84 is the only one, or not the only one, but I think the first one to showcase an atomic breath piece.
I believe so, if I'm not mistaken.
We've had like the atomic breath versions where all it is just the dorsal plates.
Dorsal plates that
to be blue. Yeah,
maybe.
I think it's the only one.
Ooh, maybe. I thought we had a different one, but maybe I'm wrong.
Because I'm thinking specifically about the 54. Oh my goodness, the fucking collection of 54s we've gotten from the reaction series. I think we do have an atomic breath version, but it's hard to tell. We have the skeleton one. We have him laid out in the ocean bay with the oxygen destroyer.
Yeah.
So many, but yeah, I think this is the only one. This is why I said that I will be aiming for this 84, because I don't own the original. To add into the collection, because it's going to be the first with an atomic breath piece attached to it.
Yeah. They should have went with the reactor though.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't have thought of that, but I mean, who knows? That might be something that they will do later on. Maybe. So
maybe. I mean, who knows? They always do these really cool collection ones where, I mean, we've gotten the dancing one. The dancing Goji, we got the handshake from Godzilla and Megalon, excuse me. Like you used to say, the
skeleton on the ocean
floor. I was just gonna say, the skeleton with the oxygen destroyer. So they've done some unique ones for sure. Train biter. So like, who knows? Maybe we'll get one of those ones. But yeah, I do like that they're doing with these and giving us different. I mean, obviously they're just, getting their bang for their buck for these sculpts and everything like that, and just kind of reissuing them with different either colorways or little accessories and all that stuff. I'm sure the Mechagodzilla isn't much different than the 74 that's already come out. They probably just added that too, you know. But you know, who knows?
Fingers.
But yeah,
Those
the
rocket
fingers are a little
fingers.
bit longer, and I think his paint scheme. I think they darkened up some of his metal and stuff like that where it's supposed to be.
Well, actually,
darker.
no. There's a lot of differences. I being a Mechagodzilla obsessee, I know the difference. But there's his chest plate designs. He has the jagged kind of things coming from the center chest outwards. Those are different from 74.
Yeah.
He's designed differently. There's not a lot of it. I did a video years back where I compared and contrasted the difference between 74 and 75.
I'm not saying that they're not different. I'm just saying with this release, when they released this Godzilla, do you have the 74 reaction figure?
No.
So what I was saying is that I'm not saying that they're not different, because they are, obviously. I'm saying when they released the initial 74 and this one, I don't know how much of a difference they did in the sculpt to make it different.
Okay.
That's
all.
all.
His stance and whatnot, not
stance,
not
or
like,
just his full design and everything.
Yeah.
Like I like if you put them both together, that we could probably nitpick and see which one is different and what they changed in the actual sculpt. I was just making fun that they probably just added the two and said, "Hey, this is 75 Mechagodzilla."
Very, very likely they did that.
Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify. I wasn't saying that they weren't different. I know they're different because they are very different, and a lot of people don't see it unless you like see them side by side. But yeah, they are very different.
And 75 is the better suit, also. Just saying.
Not true.
Yeah. If there's anything I want to see the reaction series touch base on, especially after doing the iconic Godzilla handshake with Jaguar, personally, I'd like to see the scene where Mothra's dragging Godzilla by the tail.
Oh.
Or a flying Godzilla. What if he's holding Hedorah? Or how they have it
Godzilla.
How they have it packaged is flying Hedorah being chased by Godzilla flying, and in the background is just like the package and stuff like that. So I don't know.
I got one.
I do too. I think you're gonna say the same thing I'm gonna say. Go ahead, Eric.
I think I know maybe what you're gonna say, but go ahead.
I want the flying drop kick.
Yes.
Oh my God!
yes.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say the flying drop kick.
Eat the toe.
Well, X Plus already did it, but the Ebira swing.
Yep, that'd be cool.
One.
That's another iconic pose in Godzilla's history alone. You know, it was in a poster. Obviously, it happened in the movie.
Yeah, even though, yeah.
I'm trying to think another one that, being personally, I'd like to see. I like to see them branch out outside of Godzilla. At least for, sticking with the Toho properties. I'm thinking of specifically the Rebirth of Mothra series.
Ooh.
I'd like to see them touch base with that a little bit.
That'd be interesting.
I mean, I wouldn't see why not. They did a freaking 57 Mogera. So I mean, that's kind of weird, but
yeah, they could even throw in the Mysterians. Somebody said Nathaniel said the Mothra twins. That would be cool.
yeah.
I like to see Manda wrapped around the freaking Atragon.
Yeah. See, that'd be another cool like display or whatever. Special one. Yeah, I like what Super 7's been doing with the Godzilla franchise. And it's not like this stuff is like super expensive, and it's
not.
You get what you're paying for, honestly. Like you're gonna pay $25, you're gonna get a $20 little figure, kind of thing. So you can't expect a lot, but what they've been doing is I think it's great. It's affordable for people, and a dead 91 Ghidorah with his
I put that one up earlier with 74.
Oh God, yeah, okay. That would be really cool.
Yeah. I think this is Shingeki's first time watching us live on YouTube.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
If he's well, maybe
is he commenting through YouTube or Twitch though?
He's on
Twitch.
Twitch.
He's on her Twitch channel.
Ah,
Wow.
He goes.
Yeah, so I mean, since you're on the figurine topic, what I wanted to touch base on was recent news that have been surfacing across Godzilla collectors. One of Haya's top tier sculptors have left the
Yep.
company,
Really?
and his last project was Godzilla Millennium, 1999.
Oh.
So you're wondering about what the hell happened with the Kiryu Goji suit.
Kiri.
That is
I
why.
know.
Well,
So
a little disheartening.
Ooh.
yeah, so the guy, mind you, the guy went, I guess, out in public on Twitter and just let it all out.
Oh man.
And truth
don't
be
see that.
told, yeah, you don't. I've never even seen that in any company that is licensed to do Godzilla collection or collectibles or just anything that I personally add to my collection. So to see that and to hear that, mind you, this is also coming from somebody who is no longer in the articulated collecting game. I'm trying to get rid of all my stuff, and I was a diehard articulated collector. From where I live, my hometown, you were viewed. Let's say I owned or I showed up with an SH Monster Arts, I was looked by the public as if I was God. I kid you not. That, and even at the time, with the hype of SH Monster Arts, that was what everybody was trying to get their hands on. So obviously as the years progressed, they was just going downhill. The prices were just, oh my goodness, they were ridiculous for not even something that was, if not movie accurate, but there was always flaws. Quality control was horrible, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So then when Haya came into the picture, every release they announced was just one upgrade after another. And then obviously they promised us the classic Toho Godzilla line, showcasing 91 Godzilla and King Ghidorah. Fast forward through that, we ended up getting GMK Godzilla, Mecha King Ghidorah. Again, you guys already know. You guys are already up to date with everything that's been going on with Haya. So where does that leave Haya in the collectible game?
I think they're going to severely regret that.
Absolutely.
Because that was one of their biggest things, is that for the price of what you got and the sculpt, it was superior to Monster Arts. Now, if they can't get on par with what Monster Arts is doing, they're going to lose the customers because they're not going to look as good anymore.
No,
And
that was the biggest draw.
Absolutely. Like, and we talked about the I don't know if it was on here or not, but we talked about the Kiryu Goji suit figure that was just announced and everything. And yeah, there's things that are off about it that we just don't like about it. So, and honestly, with the previous ones before that, besides Mechagodzilla, which was another one that people were like,
that was
that was another one that was just not that good. Now, if that's all contributing to this guy leaving and that's what they have to work with, that's gonna hurt them severely.
So another thing, he was even bashing the head of Haya. Anybody that was in the higher ups, he praised. He just absolutely loved and adored working for them. It was the other sculptors that he was working with.
Oh no.
So yes. Again, from, mind you, especially after selling my GMK SH Monster Arts figure, once I received the news that Haya was doing one, I was like, no, there's no way that they're gonna reel me in with this one. But yeah, it's definitely disheartening. It's sad to see because this guy was absolutely heavily praised. He's also worked on a few other statues and model kits from oh my goodness, from Ichiban. And a bunch of other companies that I can't even recall right now, but a lot of people do tend to praise this guy's work. So, yeah, but really quick I have my beloved fiance who's just staring at me for no reason.
For no reason.
I'm sorry. So, can you come over here, please?
Hi guys.
You're
not told me to come here as fast as I can. I drove really fast.
She said she drove really fast. Basically, she hit like 15 pedestrians.
Basically.
So something came in for you.
For me?
Yes.
What did I get?
So do you remember the package that you made me feel like shit for opening that Eric sent me?
Yes, because you don't know how to read boxes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you.
So, did I tell you the who the packages was for?
Was from or
yeah,
for?
For.
Was for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your name was also on it.
Why?
Exactly. Why?
Oh my god! Oh my god! I gotta get off camera because I'm gonna cry.
Oh my god!
No. Video gold.
That was gold.
But no, yeah. So, are you happy with your reaction, Eric?
Yes, I am. See, that's what I wanted from you, and you took that from me. You took it
I'm
from me.
sorry. You were there with me in spirit. But no, yeah, I wanted to bring that up because that, again, for a lot of people that do tend to collect these articulated figures, I know that was a big deal that I saw all over, like the few of the Facebook groups that I follow, Twitter, IG. So, yeah. Haya lost a heavyweight under their belt. So
nobody tells, sadly.
Yeah, unfortunately. And it's crazy that they're just like dumbing down on their prices with the figures that a lot of people are, getting backlash to. But, at least to some people, they're like, hey, it's to my benefit. I'm still gonna fucking buy it. But for somebody like, that values the work of another artist and one that is producing beautiful artwork, it is personally not something that I'm go out of my way and buy, but it's just, it's a huge loss. Now, unless if they make a Haya King Caesar, I don't give a fuck if that motherfucker making it or not. I'm a fucking but yeah, I wanted to bring that up to you guys.
Well, I guess we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I wasn't really collecting articulated figures until Haya came out and started releasing their figures, and I was like, shit, I'm falling down another fucking rabbit hole. Thankfully, these last couple releases have been like, so it's like, okay, maybe I'm safe. Maybe I'm safe.
Yeah.
But I do feel bad for the articulated community who do collect Haya figures, because let's be honest, there was a war between Haya and SA's Monster Arts.
There still is a fucking war.
I was saying there still is. What are you talking about?
War is now the war is about to go back to 80s Monster Arts, it looks like, because if Haya is really gonna release that 2002 the way it looks, it's
and he opened it up. He said, hey, listen, if anybody's willing, I'm down to work wherever, whenever. I'm like, holy shit.
Shit.
Yeah.
He is petty as shit right now. He's like, I'm gonna stick it to you guys whatever I can.
Oh my god. I feel like I'm watching the Monday Night Wars when Lex Luger showed up to WCW Nitro. Oh shit! Or Hulk Hogan hitting the leg drop.
It can't be that until he walks into Monster S.A.
Oh,
Monster
yes.
Studios and takes a picture and be like, "I'm here."
The Hulk Hogan leg drop. Holy shit! Can't wait for that.
Oh gosh, that's funny. Well, is there
Yeah.
anything else that we want to discuss in this episode? We're almost about an hour and a half into it here, so
We should probably cut off before it gets any longer.
yeah. So, does anybody have any
As the one that had a
parting?
4-hour Jurassic Park theme, so 4-hour Jurassic Park show last year.
Yeah, should probably cut this.
Mr.
I
West.
was new.
I was
Whatever.
new, he goes. I was new. Does anybody have any parting words, comments, anything? Real quick before we get out of here.
Sucks to be you, Oscar, because I know you love sucking Haya's dick.
Damn.
That's my closer. Sayonara.
Just the second year. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, if nobody has anything to say, we'll end here and get out of here. Thank you all for tuning in to episode, I think, number 6, if I'm not
7.
mistaken.
Mhm.
I was
7?
gonna say 7.
7. Okay, yeah. Number 7 of Let's Talk Raw, our episodic show that we're doing every Sunday it ranges from like 4 to 5 p.m. Central Time. So if you guys liked our content and want to tune in again, tune in next Sunday for more discussions and topics that we want to talk about. Hopefully it picks up a little bit with more news, and we'll kind of give our insight and our take on what we think of that stuff. And obviously you can join in with us in the chat and tell us what you guys think of what we're talking about and everything. So, and always please subscribe to all of our social medias. If you are a fan of news and releases and people sharing pictures of their collections and collectibles, sign up and subscribe to our Facebook group. Also do our Instagram. If you are into watching kaiju movies or anime movies, head on over to our Twitch channel, which actually Shingeki is part of and is tuning in here. We are streaming over there also. So if you guys want to join in on our movie nights, it's usually every Saturday. And sometimes we do a gaming stream even before then with me and Samson, or Samson and Adrian, or me, Samson, Adrian, whatever trio or combination that we end up doing is a lot of fun. And then, follow us on TikTok and Twitter and Spotify. If you guys don't want to look at our ugly mugs and you just want to hear us while you're working or doing something, you can always check us out on Spotify also with our monthly shows for sure. Those are always a lot of fun. They're a lot longer and everything, but we still have a lot of fun doing them and stuff. But yeah, just say thank you for everybody tuning in and everybody who watches this later. And and then lastly, on the 21st of December at 3 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and 1 p.m. Pacific Time, we have our next monthly episode, which will be the 30th anniversary of Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. So tune in for that. That is coming up. That'll be a lot of fun. I know it's a movie that is loved and hated in the community. Yep. So it'll be fun to hear everybody's reactions and comments, and who knows, we'll see. It's always a lot of fun here at the Monsters with Attitude stream. So but yeah, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you everybody for tuning in. And what do we guys say before we get out of here?
Embrace the
attitude. Supposed to take in something. I don't.
We embrace something. I just don't know what it is.
Embrace the attitude, y'all.